Hey, Wisconsin scholars, it's Miss L. I am here today to provide a reteach or review of Math Topic A. So last week we asked you to take the Topic A quiz, and I am so excited that so many of you completed it. You did overall a really great job. This morning the second grade team looked at the results, and we focused on the areas where students got the most things wrong, which was actually really hard to do because you guys did great, but there was just one small area that we wanted to focus on. So today for our work, we are going to go through kind of what the error or the confusion was, and then we will give you a practice worksheet at the end to show us that you understood and are able to make those corrections. All right, let's get started. So this was question 2. They asked you to enter a repeated addition equation to match the picture, which all of you guys did, no problem. The tricky part was actually down here. So it says complete the statement to match the picture. 4 groups of 5 is 2 groups of And a lot of you put 20 because there are 20 colored pencils in all. Now, it's true that there are 4 groups and there are 5 colored pencils in each one. So if that is true, there has to be 5, 10, 15, 20 colored pencils in all. If you have 2 groups of 20, is that the same as 4 groups of 5? Knowing that 4 groups of 5 is 20. Is 2 groups of 20 the same thing? You should be shaking your head no. 2 groups of 20 we know would be 40. So that would not be the same as 4 groups of 5 because 4 groups of 5 is 20. So we need to figure out how many colored pencils are in 2 groups. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little scribble line and I'm going to circle 2 groups. 1 and 2. So now I have 2 equal groups, and I am going to figure out how many colored pencils are in each of those groups. So I have 5 and 5 makes 10. 5 and 5 makes 10. So the question is asking me, if I split this into 2 equal groups instead of 4 equal groups, how many pencils would there be? There would be how many? Yep, there would be 10. Because if we are looking at 2 equal groups, there are 10 colored pencils in each one. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, we're going to look at another problem just to kind of make it more clear. The third problem on the quiz was probably the most challenging for people. Again, the repeated addition equation was not the problem. You guys did a great job filling in the repeated addition. So we knew that looking at the picture, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups with 3 bananas in each group. So the repeated addition would be 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 15. One thing to note about these pictures, when they are asking you to fill in different ways to show it, your answer, your final answer, is not going to change. So if you have 15 for an answer up here, it is not going to change down here. The total will not change. The way that you show the total might change. So that's the second part of the direction here. Then group the addends into pairs and add to find the total. Repeated addition is groups of 3. If we want to make pairs, we're going to use that little scribble tool again. And we're going to make pairs. Pairs is a group of 2. So I can only put 2 of these groups of bananas together. So here's a group of 2. And Here is a group of 2. Can I put this group of bananas into a group of 2 into a pair? Yes or no? You're right. I cannot because there's not another group to make a pair. Remember, a pair is when you have 2 of the same thing. It's like a double. So here I have a group of 2 and I have another group of 2. How many bananas are in this group? Count them up. There are how many? Yep, 6. How many are in this group? Count them up. There are 6 again. And how many are in this group? There are, yep, 3. Great job. So if there are 6 here and 6 here, those add-ins have been grouped into pairs. They were 3 and 3, but now they are 6. They were 3 and 3, but now they are 6. This 3 stays by itself because there is no other group of bananas that can make a pair with it. So when you are looking at grouping these add-ins into pairs, what numbers should go here and here? Think about it. Think back to those pairs, those groups of 2 that we just made. You are right. 6 and 6 should go here. Because remember, when we're making pairs, it's a group of 2. Okay? Just like that. So in this group, there's 6. In this group, there's 6. This one cannot make a pair. This can't make another group. So it's 3 by itself. All right, let's move on. That was the that was the second part of that question, filling in the making pairs. The last part asked you to group them again, okay? So you had 6 plus 6 plus 3 equals 15. Remember, that total answer doesn't change. And then they asked you to double it up again. So if what you had was a group of 6 and another group of 6 and then 3 all by itself, they are asking you, where else can you find pairs? Remember, pairs is 2 of the same thing. I want you to look. Where else can you find pairs? 2 of the same thing in this picture right here. You are correct. You can turn the 6 and the 6 into one group. Because 6 and 6, that's a pair, 2 of the same thing. So if you have 6 and 6 and you put that together, you add that together, what do you have? 6 and 6. Think about it. Put that number in your head. Now we look at this 3. Can this 3 make a pair? No. Just like we answered last time, that 3 is all by itself. That's what this 3 right here represents. The group of 3 all by itself that cannot make a pair. So we know that the original repeated addition is 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. So all of these groups, and it makes 15. We know that we can make 2 equal groups or 2 pairs of 6. And I asked you to put those together. So I asked you to take this group of 6 along with this group of 6. And we put it together. We paired up those add-ins. And what did that make? Think about it. Get your answer in your brain. 6 and 6 makes, you got it. You know your doubles. 6 and 6 makes 12. So what is 12 plus 3? These groups of bananas make 12 plus 3 more is, yep, 15. So second grade, your answers should match, your total should match each time. That number of bananas is not changing. What is changing is how you group them. I want to show you quickly what your assignment is going to look like, okay? Your job is to look at this picture of goldfish and group the addends into pairs. We have put the repeated addition equation here for you because, again, that wasn't the tricky part. The tricky part was grouping those addends into pairs. So, second grade, group the addends into pairs the first time, write your answer. Then group this pair of addends and find the total and fill it in. I hope that this was helpful for you. Go ahead, listen to this video, fill out the worksheet and send it in. And if you have any questions, you can send me a text, you can give me a call, you can send me an email. I am happy to help you through this. Good luck, second grade.